Hello, hello, hello. Hey, I hope you are hyped where you at. I know you can't see me dancing, but I'm hyped. And the reason why I'm so hyped, one, because I'm excited about the next couple of days, but even more so that I'm so happy that you showed up. Right? So many people are out here doing this, that, and the other with no strategy. And the problem is they don't show up. There is so much wealth in information, in relationship. And so I'm happy that you are here. Pat yourself on the back. Most people are not doing that. The beauty of showing up is that you put yourself in the right environments, right? With the right people, the right information, the right direction, right motivation. So I'm happy. I'm geeked up. I'm ready for you to experience some great information, some great motivation over the next couple of days. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Lachelle Barnett. I am your host. I'm also the CEO and strategy consultant of the Reset Room. And we specialize in profitable launches. I'm sure you can see my wording right here on the screen. But I want you to know that we work with entrepreneurs who are just feeling stuck or frustrated or wanting to reach some of their revenue goals or some of the goals related to making a huge impact. Whatever it is that you are working on, we are here to support you. And one of the ways that we do that is through these come up conversations. So let me just let you know up front, right? There's no selling. Nobody's gonna ask you to buy nothing on one of these, videos, because the entire purpose of these segments is to help you from a motivational standpoint. Because listen, being an entrepreneur ain't no joke. Actually, being able to have steady revenue coming into your business ain't no joke. Okay, so my responsibility, part of the way that I give back, is simply just providing a little bit of motivation and some information and tips to help you get to where you want to be, right? Like that's the entire purpose of our come up conversation. So no worries about anybody selling you anything. These conversations really started because I was with another friend who's a fellow entrepreneur, and we just were talking about the come up process. Like when you get big, it's crazy. Like I'm not even going to tell you the amount of crazy stuff that's happening because that's not the purpose of today's conversation. But we were just talking about all of the challenges that come along the way before you get to that good part. So here's a little motivation, a little information, a little education to help you keep it moving. So let me tell you what to expect, right? Tonight we have, well, actually for the next couple of nights, we have several, and I do mean several, incredible entrepreneurs who are out there doing their thing. They all got their own thing that they're working on and building. But the key thing that is consistent with all three of our upcoming speakers is that they got what I'm going to call impromptu, that's my creative way of saying it, impromptu exit strategies, right? So each one of them got fired. And so they're going to talk to you a little bit about what it feels like to just be thrown out, not necessarily from a work perspective, but thrown out and then thrown into entrepreneurship and what that transition looked like and how they made that work for them. So definitely plan to tune in if you are thinking about anything related to an exit strategy. Share it out. Let people know they can register at comeupconversations.com, especially those that you know need a little bit of encouragement. Here are my couple of suggestions, right? So you'll hear my voice for the next couple of days because all of the segments are done via interview style. But I want to throw my 3 cents in today before you jump into some of our other speakers. All right. So if we're talking about this come up process, right? How do you hang in there when you got a bad month related to revenue, when you're just getting started and you don't know exactly what you need to do, or you tried something and it didn't work? Here's a couple of tips and suggestions, especially for those of you who are planning an exit strategy, who want to plan an exit strategy, or have already done the exit strategy and need some continued motivation because things are going all over the place, right? So here's number one. Please don't quit your job. Please don't. Let's just, I mean, I know sometimes people tell us that, but please don't jump out here and just quit your job immediately. Let's put a plan together, a strategy in place on how you can begin to leave that job with revenue in your pocket. Not because here's the thing, when you're first getting started, it takes time to begin to generate revenue, especially when you start talking about consistent and steady revenue. So one of the best places to start building your business is while you're working your 9 to 5. The key is to build a strategy so you're not still doing that 3 and 4 years later. You can completely be off your job in 12 months, but you have to have a strategic plan in order to do that, right? So do not quit your job. That is my number one tip. Let's put a plan in place where you go from 40 hours to 30 and 30 to 20 and 20 to, or you just go 40 to 20, whatever your goals is, that's what we work around. That's how we figure out what the steps are going to be in order for you to get to where you want to be. But step one, and I cannot emphasize this enough, don't just jump off and quit your job without a very clear strategic plan. All right. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is that as you are planning your exit strategy, okay, and I really want to emphasize this, that you get to build the business that you want. You're going to hear a lot of different people give you a lot of different suggestions on how best to build your business, right? So there are some people who are big on multi-level marketing and they making, money hand over fist. Anybody who tells you that's not a real business, they missing the boat. But some people are going to tell you, no, multi-level marketing is dead. Don't do that. That's not really a business, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to hear a whole nother person tell you that they're making 6 and 7 figures doing multi-level marketing. So there's no shortage of people trying to tell you how to run your business. And even if it's just good intentions, what I want you to really think about when it comes to your exit strategy is, what is it that you want? What kind of business do you want to build? And let's build some strategic steps on how to build the business that you want. You don't have to do it like everybody else, right? The fundamentals of business do not change. Everybody has to market, everybody has to sell, everybody has to understand branding, blah, 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 right? Like, we all have these fundamentals, but how you do those things is completely up to you. So you don't have to be pigeonholed into a specific kind of business or a specific kind of plan. You get to build a business that works for you. Listen, I work from home, honey. I talk to people in my robe, right? Because one of the things that was important to me as I built my business was to be able to be comfortable and work from the crib. In my other job, I was having to be suited and booted, honey. I got suit coat jackets and I got heels, and I liked it, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I was ready for a new season. So pay attention to what it is that you want the most, because somebody's going to tell you that you can't have it, but I promise you can. People told me, you can't get on no video with your robe on, honey. Listen, I'm still out here making moves in my robe. So that's my tip number two. Be authentic, right? Be yourself. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you want. Stick to it. Completely possible. All right, so then my last tip when it comes to this exit strategy, and you are early in the exit strategy, you just got this impromptu pink slip perhaps, or maybe you made the decision yourself, or you got laid off, whatever the circumstances may be, the last tip that I want to give you is about your time management. We have got to manage our time effectively in order to see revenue in our pockets. And making that shift can be difficult. Whether you're still in your 9 to 5 and you're planning your exit strategy, it can be hard to go home after you've been at work all day and people need to be fed and bathed and all kinds of stuff, and you still got to work on your business, right? That's a challenge. Or if you've already exited your 9 to 5 and now you got all this time on your hand and you got to figure out how to be as not just busy but productive, because they're different, right? So figure out how to manage your time properly. The book, the 12-year, what is the name of that book? The 12-week year is a great resource for you to figure out how to structure your time. That's going to be huge. I mean, huge as you begin to move forward. And not just having a schedule, but being able to prioritize the tasks that are most important versus the ones that are least important. So those are my 3 tips, right? Don't quit your job. Don't you do it. Let's put a plan together first. Manage your time well, right? Because that's going to be key to your success. And be authentic. Figure out who you are and just go for it. All right, I'm super excited. If you ever want to do a consult, hit our website. We'd be more than happy. Those are free chats where we give you a little bit of momentum, give you some information. You're welcome to do that. Let's get it popping. I will see you all tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to share, share, share. Let people know here's a free resource. You don't got to do nothing, just some free tips so you can keep moving forward. We're looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow. We're out. Peace.